Well, greetings once again, my fellow Trekkies. I welcome you to another video with my favorite subject, Star Trek. Star Trek, the original series. Now, in the past, I've been doing videos for you guys on the inner workings and the functionability of the different items that Starfleet issues. And let me show you. I've done the phaser. We've done the Type 1 and the Type 2 hand phaser. That was a fun video. And I'm going to make a playlist with all of the functionability of all these items. We've done the communicator. What we want to do today is I'm going to talk to you guys about the tricorder. No, unfortunately, this is not the Wand Company tricorder yet. This is April 18th, 2022, and as of right now, it's not even in pre-order yet, so it's a little bit behind schedule. It seems to be taking forever, but that's probably because we're so excited to finally get it out. This is the Scientific Tricorder. This is Mr. Spock's, and this was actually marketed as Mr. Spock's tricorder. This is the Science Tricorder. There are three different kind of tricorders. We have the Science Tricorder, which we have right now. We have the Medical Tricorder, and I'll be doing a video on the functionality of that one coming up. And they have the Geologic Surveying Tricorder. And that one's a little harder to get. I've been looking for that one, and I'm having a hard time finding that one. But I do want to get all the tricorders together for you, and so you can see how they work. Now this one is the Science Tricorder. This is a Type 1 tricorder. This one in particular is by Diamond Select. Again, this is not so much about the tricorder or the company that makes it. It's actually about the functionality of the unit, coming right from the Starfleet Technical Manual. So again, I had done a video for this. This is Mr. Spock's tricorder, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. So we'll put that aside right now. And what we're going to do is, let me go ahead, I'm going to put you on a tripod, and I'm going to teach you all about the Science Tricorder. Okay, that's a little bit better, a little bit easier to show you guys. Now, the biggest thing you're going to notice in the differences between all the tricorders is the screen. So let me show you the screen on this one. You have kind of like a grid where radar, and it shows you your location right there. I hope the camera picks it up. And it's got the buttons, the lights, the sensor. And again, we're going to go over, I'm going to show you what everything is. When you open this up, you have the discs that the tricorder actually reads and records data on. And this is the microphone and the speaker. And on the bottom, we have a storage compartment for this unit. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the small watch batteries, so at the moment this isn't working. So we're going to put that to the side. But right now, this video is all about the tricorder itself. You're going to see the front. It's got the two compartments. You turn it to activate, you turn it up, and you turn it down to deactivate it. You got the strap, and we've got the back. And the Diamond Select, this is the actual size of the prop used in the original series, Star Trek. Okay, so let me tell you all about the tricorder. I got a couple of references that we're going to use. We're going to use the Starfleet Command Technical Manual. And Star Trek fans, if you get a chance to pick up this book, pick it up, because you're just going to love it. This is so much fun to geek out on. And what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn about the Science Tricorder. And again, this is a Type 1. Much like the phaser has the Type 1, Type 2, the tricorder, we're going to learn about the Type 1. And it shows you kind of a key of the official colors, the antimony, olive, and the black. And it shows you the side where the strap is. It's 127 meters long, and it's naugahyde shoulder strap. And you can see this is the display control head cover. And then you've got the record and compare selection lid, which would be the inner one. And then we've got the circuitry power supply and the section in the body. So that would be this. You can see the side body storage shells and the case frame, which is brushed. So we got the Type 1 Science Tricorder. Selectively sense, measure, analyze, compare, and identify surrounding environmental conditions. Multiple channel record or readout capability with multi-mode display choice. And that's why I can't wait for the WAN company to release theirs, because the discs are actually going to be removable and we can store data and play each one. So that's going to be amazing. Okay, now we can see the side view. You can see how it pivots to open up, and you can see the discs inside, and the finish itself is pebbled. The full dimensions, 177.8 millimeters by 114.3 millimeters by 48.3 millimeters. And that's the official size of the Starfleet issue Science Tricorder. Okay. Let's move on to some of the functions and how to read it. Let me put this aside for 1 second. The Science Tricorder, you can see by opening up this section, you activate the unit. And you've got the video display. All right, so you open up the unit, and the video is displaying right away. We've got the disc selector, and that's down here on the bottom. We have the speaker and the mic, and we've got the faceplate. So let me show you a little bit of what is up here. This part right here is actually the sensor array. And that's the square part that would look like a speaker because it's got that kind of a texture to it, but it's the sensor array. And that's right there. And we've got the faceplate. So let's go over the top buttons and what the lights mean. So let's see if I can hold this and show you. So the top light right here, the matched comparison light, and that would be the first one, the blue one right there. The second light is the subnormal light, and that should be amber. And this one blinks. And the light all the way to the end is the danger light, or the alarm. And this one should be red in the event of an alarm, but this one right now is blue. So let's take a look at some of the buttons. Once again, capping the lights. We've got the match comparison, which is blue, the subnormal light, which is amber, and the danger or alarm light, which should be red. And the diamond select has it blue. So let's look at the buttons. The disc selector with light. This one is the channel selector with the light. And the third one is the record play with volume and light. See Note D. Note D. This row of light's green. So we'll see if the diamond select one has all the Starfleet specifics. So the first button, again, that's the disc selector light button with light. So I'm thinking the discs that are inside, if you want to go through them, you use the first button, the disc selector. Then you use the channel select. That's the second one. the channel select, and it has a light on it. And the third one, it should be green, and this is the record and play button with light. So let's see what it actually does when you push the buttons. All right. That makes it blink. Push it again. And it goes back to the way it was. Push the second button. Puts it off. Or maybe my batteries are just dying. You know, I got to get new batteries. I think that's what the problem is. My batteries are just about gone, because you see this should be rotating. And I don't have any batteries right now. I got to get some new ones. But like I said, this isn't so much of the unit itself. This is to show you the parts of the official tricorder. All right, so again, we got the sensor array on top. We've got the lights, match comparison. We've got the subnormal light, and we've got the danger alarm. Then for the buttons itself, we have the disc selector, the channel selector, and we've got the record and play volume. So we move down, and you can see the recordable play discs. And this is actually the speaker system and the microphone. So let's see if I can get this back on. Yeah, I think that finally killed my batteries. So I'm sorry about that, but I'll show you the functions. Again, this is the speaker. This is the microphone. We've got all the discs that come out. The compression plate. We've got the removable play discs. Again, I'm looking forward to the wand company, because they actually come out and you can remove them. So that's with the lid open. This is what you see. And this section is to be opened only by a Class A specialist. So this is some heavy-duty scientific Starfleet top secret operation stuff. Let me open it all the way. This is actually where the batteries are. They're behind these. And I believe they look like more discs, but they're not. They're actually the power supply. All right, so let's move on to show you guys the inner workings. So we've got the Science Tricorder, the internal arrangement. This is pretty cool. You can see from the side view, you got the video display, the magnetic drive, which powers the display screen. You've got the panel lights, the control harness. We got check 3, pickup. We've got the recording and play discs, the channel 2 pickup, and a channel 1 pickup. So we got channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3. And we've got the circuit boards on the bottom. And the record and play section of the circuit board is the front one. The second one is the video drive section. You can see the circuit board with the components on it. So looking at the internal array, the sensor array, the density, gas, pressure, radiation, spectral, and thermal sensors. Again, you can see the different arrays that make up the inside. The SN pilot, channel selector control, and we've got the video harness and the spring panel. And we've got more of the circuit board. This is for the speaker mic drive section. And this is the microphone of the speaker. And again, on the Diamond Select, it should rotate, but my batteries are dead, unfortunately. Then you can see the side view of the bottom circuit boards, the sensor, analyze section, and the computer logic section. Let me show you the side view. components on the circuit boards. And this is pretty wild, actually. This is very fun to really trek it up. And let's see, this is the last page of the technical manual. And you can see this is a top view. So we've got the screen. Am I going to get any more juice out of this? Oh, that's too bad. We got the screen. Looks like what would be the picture tube, the sensor array, and the control head section. And then you can see the video itself, the video display output. We've got the 5mm grid. You can see the dials, the buttons, the sensor on which we just went over. Video controls. This is the faceplate. And then we see the side of the pivoting head. We get the hub. We get the case, lock open dimple, and the pickup center from the case, and the locked closed dimple. And then we've got the record and the play disc. So the official description, we've got the crystal shell on the outside, the inert core, and they're 5.58 millimeters by 31.75 millimeters. And the chamfer, 45 degrees is 1 millimeter. So that's pretty cool. You can see we got the side view again of the internal workings. This is view C. You can see the spring catch when it's open to activate the unit. You can see the lock slots and the 3mm diameter vent holes. Of course, there are no vent holes on this one. Again, it's going to be interesting to see when the wand company comes out with theirs to see how accurate to the technical manual and the specifications it is. So that is all the information from the Starfleet technical manual. So what we got now is there's some more information as well, but from this one, this is the Star Trek, the Illustrated Handbook. And this is for the Enterprise. So let's put this aside for 1 minute. All right, you can see the information. The tricorder. The tricorder was a multi-purpose scientific and technical instrument, and often the most important and versatile tool a Starfleet officer could have at their disposal. We know the landing party always had one. If it wasn't Mr. Spock, the member of the crew that acted for scientific research always had one. Several members of the landing party would carry a tricorder, providing multiple sources for data and later examination. Dr. McCoy always has his medical tricorder with him, and Mr. Spock always has his scientific tricorder with him. And once in a while, we have a geologist who has the geological tricorder. Starfleet personnel have used handheld computers and other tools ever since they first ventured out to explore the Alpha and Beta quadrants. But it was not until the long-range exploration missiles of ships such as the USS Enterprise that a wide variety of scientific and engineering devices evolved into the single-unit tricorder of the 23rd century. The first tricorders were about the size of a hardcover book and proved to be an extraordinary field tool for Starfleet personnel. Several models were used by Starship crews over the years, and their design and functionality evolved to incorporate breakthroughs in technology and to respond to new demands. The tricorder in the 2260s was a remarkable and powerful piece of technology. Despite its small size, it could perform a dazzling array of functions in one compact unit, alongside its primary use as a portable sensor, a mobile computer, and a comprehensive data source and recording instrument. It could be used to record the events of a landing party's mission, to collect data in an alien environment, or as a scientific tool for evaluating the data. In short, the tricorder was a do-it-all device. In some ways, it was the ultimate iteration of the Swiss Army knife of science. You can see the side view The slick design, long after this model became obsolete, it was still considered a design classic by many members of Starfleet personnel. The top section rotated to reveal a display screen. The protective panel covered the area in which the data disks were stored. Another panel flipped open to reveal the storage area and to support the unit when placed on a flat surface. The tricorder was very light and could easily be carried into a variety of situations by landing party crews. Long after this model became obsolete, it was still considered a design classic by many members of Starfleet personnel. When flaps and panels covered all delicate areas of the tricorder were not in use, protecting them from hostile environments and general wear and tear. You can see the top view. A slender unit was designed to be compact and easy to operate. And we get the head-on view. Each internal area of the tricorder had its own protective panel, ensuring that only the relevant area needed to be opened at any one time. The shoulder strap was a narrow black band made from the same material as the casing. You can see a more detailed picture with everything opened. The sensory abilities of this device was utilized for the analysis of data, for the identification, providing information on everything from the radiometric age of an artifact to the chemical composition of alien life. It could detect abnormal phenomena in the immediate area and alert a user to alien presence. It could also scan through solid materials to a depth of 1,000 meters. Several thousand meters. The computer memory contained within a tricorder was the equivalent of that of a supercomputer from Earth's 21st century. But it became packaged in an incredibly tiny microchip, enclosed within the tricorder using an advanced form of mnemonic memory circuitry that could process and store a virtually unlimited amount of data in nanoseconds. Depending on the specific mission, the tricorder's memory could be enhanced with special scientific and historical programs to enable the crew to perform their tasks more effectively. I'm thinking that's where the disks come in. In addition, a tricorder worked like a miniature camcorder, recording visuals, sounds, and phenomena. This function was performed automatically and did not require the user to initiate the recording process. It was also a smart recorder, storing only key information so that the important findings of a mission could be reviewed in a few minutes without the user having to sift through many hours of unstructured data. Upon the landing party's return to their starship, the recorded data from their tricorders was scanned by the ship's main computer and entered into the master database, or data bank. You can see the components, the screen, a small rectangular screen on the top section of the tricorder was displayed high-resolution data and information. And the sensor array positioned beside the screen carried out readings on environmental conditions and picked up other information that could be of use to the landing party. The control buttons on the top section of the tricorder were touch sensitive. Durable flaps protect the workings of the parts of the tricorder from damage and dirt when not in use, ensuring that it would maintain full functionality in most situations. And the front of the tricorder could be opened to reveal a small storage compartment inside the protective body casing. And again, that's where the power supply is. And in the Diamond Select version, we have the battery compartment right there. The black shoulder strap allowed the tricorder to be carried in like a bag, leaving the officer's hands free. And that's the only information on a tricorder in this book. So basically, in a nutshell, that is the tricorder. So let me try one last ditch effort to see if I can get a little bit of juice out of the batteries. These batteries have been in here for a while. Let's see if I switch it to try me. And let's see what we get. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, the batteries are pretty much dead. You can tell. Again, this wasn't about the functionality of this particular piece, but it was about the functionality of the tricorder in general. So, my friends, like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description. So if you want to check out this. Okay. That was good. Will we get something else out of it?
Strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity apparently human. Strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity apparently human.
Now remember, this is the try me mode. There's nothing on the back.
Strange. Readings indicate a life form in the vicinity apparently human.
I'm surprised we got that much out of it. Let's see. Let's try putting it back to play mode. And you got the little switch on the inside. You slide it all the way down to play. Let's see what we got. And it's kind of back to what it was doing before. But you can hear in the sound that the batteries are weak. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me show you the book once again. And actually you saw the inner workings for the tricorder. So this is pretty fun. I hope you guys have as much fun watching these as I do making them, especially with the little technical stuff. And eventually we're going to do the medical tricorder as well. And we'll do the geographical, provided I can get one. Again, those are pretty rare. So I just wanted to show you the inside of the tricorder, much like we did for the phaser and the communicator. Always fun. Kirk to Enterprise, ready to beam up. All right, my friends, until the next video, I'll see you very soon, and thank you so much for watching.